Ultimately, we do want to help doctors see patients better and help the entire health ecosystem in the U.S. improve. It's a free data set, so anybody can work with it.
So Matt, you work at Practice Fusion. Tell us a little bit about the company and what your mission in life is.
Sure. So Practice Fusion is a free web-based electronic health record for doctors and a personal health record for patients. We were recently named the #1 EMR in terms of customer satisfaction.
What's EMR?
EMR is an electronic medical record.
Okay.
We have almost 8 million patient records in our system, being seen by about 65,000, 70,000 physicians, primarily in the U.S., the 50 states, District of Columbia, and all the U.S. territories.
So some of your data isn't available now in the Windows Marketplace. Who do you expect will interact with this information?
Sure. So initially we have 5,000 patient records in the marketplace. We're going to be increasing that by tenfold, focusing on a few different diagnoses and therapy regimens. The primary users of the data or consumers of the data are developers and universities, researchers who have a lot of interest in finding trends, visualizing the data, looking for potential drug efficacies based on patient demographics, based on the diagnoses that a patient has and how good a drug regimen is at treating that diagnosis.
And so but the mission of the data is to help patients and doctors, I guess, or I guess doctors treat their patients better. Are there particular cases that you're helping those doctors solve for?
Absolutely. So ultimately, we do want to help doctors see patients better and help the entire health ecosystem in the U.S. Improve. Patient outcomes primarily is our goal. The challenge is closing that loop. We have researchers at Harvard University who are using our data to look at BMI information and correlating that to certain demographics or socioeconomic groups.
Okay.
We have about a half dozen other university groups that are looking at the data as well. Prediction Software is one of the companies that has taken to the data and is looking at different ways to visualize it and determine, more than that, it's actually determining trends, seeing where there may be correlations between disease and medications.
And that's really what seems to be the opportunity. First, with the data that's available, simply reporting to know what's going on. Then secondly is mashing up the data with other data sources, which is, I guess, what Harvard's doing in terms of evaluating correlation between BMI, I guess, is body mass index, and other factors. And then third, which is like Prediction Software is doing, is using it to predict if I'm likely to get a particular type of issue. Do you see the opportunity in this space to be in a particular area of these three choices, or is there opportunities in all three?
Well, it's really across all the very critical diagnoses, conditions that patients have right now: diabetes, obesity, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, general anxiety disorder. Those are the big diagnoses right now that have a lot of attention, primarily because a lot of patients have them. So the more data we can have available around that, and in our instance, it's a free data set, so anybody can work with it, the better. The more likely it's going to come back and influence the doctor's decision-making process.
And so the big issue here in this space, of course, it's pretty unique worldwide, I guess, that an organization would go out and have all these records. How do you handle privacy?
So privacy is of our utmost concern. The first thing we do anytime we release any sort of data set is scrub it for any sort of identifiable information. There are 18 HIPAA criteria that we have to de-identify on. We even go farther than that. There's no way someone could take this data and determine the individual people that contributed to the data set. That's critical in everything that we do.
So it's pretty clean, and now people can go to the Windows Marketplace to get access to the data. You have a contest, I think, that you're going to reward people at the Health 2.0 Conference 4. How does that work? Where do they go to get the data, and what are they expected to do with it?
So we're partnering with Health 2.0 and Microsoft to release the Practice Fusion Research Division data set and have this challenge happen with Health 2.0. The data set is available at the data market, like you mentioned, and with Health 2.0, they are accepting challenge participants right now. We have over a dozen already that have applied, and they can find out more by going to the Health 2.0 website.
Great. Matt, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot, Bruno.
Until next time, I'm Bruno Aziza.